Okay, guys. Again, with my cameras. I can't seem to get a break with these things. I, I can't get a break with these cameras. It's already stopped working. Okay, that means we're going to go to this camera. I don't want to use this one because everything is here. I can't interact with you guys because the other camera's over there. Ah, I tell you, if anyone out there is thinking about Mevo cameras, just do yourself a favor and don't buy them. I've had nothing but with problems with the Mevos. Right now, I'm having problems with my microphone headphone thing. It's caught on something. There it goes. All right, let me switch this around, guys. I apologize. Here comes the hot cocoa fairy. So, how can we make this work? We are just going to replace it. Hold on one second. You guys are going sideways. And we're going to toss this other camera in the trash can. The beauty of live. Okay, we are on the backup camera again. Sorry, guys. I apologize. It was working when I started the stream. This is the camera that goes black, so I apologize for that. Before it goes black, it will gray out. Oh, today we got some goodies in. I'm not going to really talk about too much about it. But when you get your heart set on something and you're looking at, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that, and you make a big investment on something. Let's say a guitar. And what's the first thing you want to do for your investment? You want to protect it. So you get a really nice case. What the, what happens when you order that case and the guitar doesn't fit in it? uh, and that's what's happened here today. We got a guitar in, and I gotta fix this camera, guys. It's driving me crazy. We got a guitar in supposedly this case was designed for that guitar, and it just does not fit. There's a difference between something fitting kind of snug and just not fitting. There's like 3 finger gap between the butt of the guitar and the back part of the padding. Okay, between the I can't show you the guitar. uh yeah, stay tuned for Thursday. We're gonna do a review on this fancy guitar. So you can put 3 fingers between the butt of the guitar and the side of the case. Okay? And the top where the horn is, like right here, okay, there's a good 2 inches of space on either side of the horn. So the case is designed to work with either a left hand or a right hand. It's a multi-fit case. And they've tried to get the sides to hold the guitar since there's a lot of gap at the base, a lot of gap at the horns. The drawback is where it goes in like this, it goes in, it's a good inch too small. And it does compress a little bit. But even if you compress both sides and you push it, the guitar won't pop down in it. It still needs 3/4 of an inch to get that thing down in there. So, yeah, It's one of those things. Exactly, Brian. That sucks. It does suck. Um, yeah. So I don't know. I'm going to recommend, I can't say the guitar type, but I would reach out, Devastator, I would reach out to Sweetwater and see. Sweetwater does what they call guaranteed fits. So they'll go out in the warehouse and they'll grab that guitar and stick it in that case. I would recommend maybe an SKB case, like the ones that I have for my Kramers. Very solid case. The plastic polymer that they're using, it's not brittle. It's not like a cheap brittle plastic. It's a very durable plastic. So a lot of these plastics, if you hit them really hard, like an impact, they crack. I've never had an SKB case crack. So the plastic is really good. Okay. I would see if they have an SKB case. The ones I buy are usually like $240 for the SKB cases. It's a what's that airport one? I forget. There's a term for it. TSA. It's a TSA latch case. It's a nice case. I would think I would look at it for an SKB, or maybe reach out or get on the manufacturer's website that built the guitar and see if they list anything other than one case. See if they do list a couple different cases. It could be just bad information at that seller. Maybe they just got it wrong. Okay, so I would go to the manufacturer's site, see what they list on the model number, because you have the model number of the case that you bought. It's got to be something like that, because there's no way the manufacturer would say that fits, if that makes sense, because it doesn't fit. So I would go, I think Devastator, I would go there. Sorry I'm being so scriptive, guys. I can't let the cat out of the bag. Thursday night, you guys will find out what it is. It's a stupid nice guitar, and it really needs a stupid nice case. It really does. This guitar needs a case. So I think I would go that way, or I'm not a big fan of the Gator cases. Now, Gator does make a really nice high-end case, but it's like $350. And I don't see where that case is that much better than the mid-grade SKB case. SKB makes a high-end case too. It's like, I think it's like $350 as well. Either one of those, the SKBs would be the way I would go. He could, but he's keeping. Yeah, I mean, I could. Well, Devastator, I could tell you what it is, but I want it to. I'll probably post it tomorrow night, just so you guys know. I'll do the card and get the video posted. That way, people know it's up and coming. Gator, yeah. Brad Rocker says Gator. Yeah, we have one. Well, actually, we have two Gator cases. I have one Gator case that's tweed that I have a fender in. And then we have another Gator case. I'm pretty sure that's a Gator case for Linnell's Chapman that we got. And it's really padded and fuzzy inside. They're both nice cases. Hold on for a second, guys. Riley! Something's got the puppy dogs all stirred up. Okay, so that was the dilemma with the guitar and the case. So
Devastator said Sweetwater recommends Gator.
All right, do you know why Sweetwater recommends Gator? I will wait a couple minutes, and I'll see if anyone knows why Sweetwater recommends Gator. You know what I hear right now? I hear the Jeopardy music. Dun 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 dun. Nobody? I know there's a delay, so I'm just burning time for the chat to catch up. Right, it's a guaranteed fit. Now, they'll do that on SKB as well. But the reason Sweetwater recommends Gator, Sweetwater bought Gator. Yep, if you didn't know that, Sweetwater bought Gator. So Sweetwater owns that company. So Gator cables, Gator cases, that whole product line, Sweetwater itself purchased.
Yeah.
So that's why they push it.
Nicholas and Mikey both said they own it.
Yep, they own it. And there's nothing wrong with Gator. I just think the SKB case, I don't know if I could go back there and get one of the SKB cases. They do have a cheaper SKB case. It's like $130. You want the one that's like $239, $220. Well, that's what it used to be. Actually, let's stray off and let me see if I can find the.
Devastator said the case that doesn't fit is $250 as well.
Yeah. So the SKB, you're gonna, like I said, Gator's gonna have a nice case at that price point as well. Let me see what comes up for your. I'm gonna type in your model, and before I share my screen and just see what they have.
Brian said he had to buy a coffin case to fit a guitar.
Cases and gig bags. Well, I see the one I would buy for $299. They say it's a guaranteed fit. They also have one for $349 that's guaranteed fit. 8 mold. They have 8 molded. So let's look at these real quick. I'm making sure the page doesn't say. Oh, it does right there. So I got to scroll up. That because you guys are like super sleuths. You guys will see what we're looking at. So here's the Gator flight case. Now this is a stupid nice case. It is a stupid nice case. You could run over this thing with like a bulldozer, and your guitar would be okay. This is the lesser expensive SKB. They have 2 versions. Okay, this is still a solid case. If I can click on it. What I like about the SKB cases is the latch. Let me see if I can zoom in on the latch. I don't know if you could see that latch assembly right there. I love their latch assembly on the SKB. It's a very solid engagement. And this is the exact same thing that's on my triangle cases on the SKB. So this one's $229. They claim that's a guaranteed fit. Now here, this Ibanez MR500C, they claim it's a guaranteed fit. I've seen this case. This is a stupid good case. Again, it's got the very large latches. And something else that's nice, it doesn't say Ibanez on either side. So, because yours not an Ibanez. So you could do that if you wanted to spend the extra money. I'm trying to, do they have, I guess I got to see all 8 models. Now here's the case I have. These are the cases that I buy. Is it? Yeah. This is a stupid nice case. I have all my Kramers, my Kramer Beretta, and I had my Kramer, Night Swan in one of these. Really nice case. That's the one end. That's the other end. What I like about these, see the little triangles right here? That's inset. And then on the other side, they're outset. So if you have a lot of these cases like I do, they stack and interlock so they don't slide around. That's stupid nice. That's my favorite case. And you always got to go back to the. And then this is the really, really, really stupid nice SKB case. I would get the Gator before this one. It's a little cheaper. It's $349. And then they say this EVH fits it. And then here's a Paul Reed Smith ATA D2. We're not gonna. Guaranteed fit, huh? I don't know about that. I'm wondering if they have PRS ATA D2 case. I think I would reach out to Sweetwater Devastator. I really would. Oh, okay. Oh, that's my bad camera. Sorry. Yeah. You know, it wasn't until I started doing YouTube that I ever did a gig bag. I had cases for every guitar. And when I bought a guitar, I never bought a guitar without a case. That was just me. I know a lot of people, they like cases. Gig bags. Personally, when I was buying guitars, I wanted to protect it. And I just didn't feel that a gig bag was a lot of protection. So I wanted something that I could, drop it on the floor, throw it in the corner, and I didn't have to worry about it. But all my cases, I put a little piece of tape on both sides of the case with an arrow, and that arrow points towards the butt of the guitar. That way, when I stand them up on their edge, like in the bedroom, I know the butt of the guitar is towards the floor. That way, it's not hanging in the case by the horns, upside down. How much difference does it make? It really shouldn't make a difference because it should be a good fit. But I always do mark the case with a little arrow. That way I know the butt of the guitar is facing down. That's what my sales rep mentioned I may have to get, Brian. I don't know which one.
He's talking about a coffin case.
Yeah, a coffin case. I don't know. I've got one coffin case. I think I have one. I know my Fender FMT is in the now I paid out the nose for that case. That's a real Fender tweed case. It's like tweed with like the big fuzzy red. That case was almost $260 some, wasn't it? It was expensive. But it's not a flight case. It's just a regular latch case. I thought it was pretty expensive just for a regular latch case. But it's nice. That guitar, when it goes in the case, there's zero playroom. You can tell that case is designed for the Telecaster. And it drops right in. And when you put your finger between the padding and the side of the guitar, when you go around the guitar, it's the exact same amount of pressure all the way around. So it's been made and molded to fit that guitar. That's a good case. I like that case. I'm trying to think the case. The one for the Pacifica. Oops, sorry. The one for the Pacifica is a little floppy. And you know what's weird? You guys might not know this. Yamaha America, there's no cases or gig bags. That's how I understand it. Most of that stuff you have to import in. They don't have their gig bags. Like if you get the Revstar or like I have, you can't get a Yamaha gig bag for that. I have one, but it was imported. That's what I was told by the rep, by my local store. How much truth there is to that, I don't know. So when Linnell got my Pacifica, that's a Gator case too. That's a tweed case. but it's what they call a generic fit. So when you put the guitar in, it fits like the Strat side. It hits here, here, and then the cradle's here. Okay? And it come with extra like red, it's like the carpet with extra pad. And it's got Velcro on the one side, and it come with two. So you can pick which one best fits when the guitar is in the cradle to get the butt of the guitar. But it doesn't fit the horns, and the neck just kind of flops like this. But on the top of the case, it's got a really thick piece of pad that comes down. And when you close the case, that pushes on the neck. It's a pretty good fit, but there's no Yamaha cases to buy for that guitar. And they're not an SKB dealer, Shenandoah Music. So I don't know if SKB has a case that would fit the Pacifica a little better. Probably, they probably do. But I wanted tweed. I'm a big tweed case guy. I don't know how many people here like tweed cases. I like tweed cases. That's like a tweed amp. The Egnator didn't really make a tweed amp in this style. When I first got this amp, I was looking at it with the gray and the black, or the tan and the black. I was like, man, that amp would look so cool in tweed. I like tweed amps. I'm looking for a PV Classic 50 in the tweed. I think that's like one of the amplifiers I want to get. I like the tweed look. I like that amp.
Devastator's Dean Zielinski is in a tweed case.
I like when tweed is clean. That's the issue with tweed.
Nicholas has two.
They get dirty. So a lot of people, they go out and they get shellac, and they actually paint the tweed. And that seals it so it doesn't get grimy and dirty. But it also changes the feel of it. It gets really hard, and it gets like a crunchy feel to it. So I haven't done it to any of my cases. But if you get something on them, it stains immediately.
Brian has one for his Strat. Came with it.
Yeah, I like tweed. I think that's it's just classy. Especially, hold on, let me go get my Fender case. I want to show you, this is an awesome tweed case. Let me go get it. See, this is what I mean by tweed. So if you see right here, it's already gotten dirty right there. Because I haven't sealed it. So here's my, I guess, coffin case. This is an actual Fender case. So, and I didn't take the tags off. You can see it's a Fender. It's got the standard latches, so it's got one latch there.
Mikey got a tweed case for the Firefly EVH for Christmas.
Yeah, there's just something about tweed. Look at it. It's beautiful. So you can see the Fender logo on this one. The tag says I paid $199 for this. And that's a lot for, it's not a flight case. So I remember kind of going, $200? I thought it was more. So you got this one, then this one's the one that strikes up. Then you have this one, and then the one on the back. So this is what I want to show you. How pretty that thing is. So it's really thick right here. This hangs down a good inch from the top. And even the top is padded. But that's like 1.5 inches, 2 inches of pad there. And now watch the guitar. There is zero play. See how that thing fits? And back here? It's made to fit the guitar. So when the neck is in the cradle, okay, right here, if you take your hand and you put under the guitar, it's right on the pad. So this case This cradle is set up for that distance between the back of the neck and the base of the guitar. And there is zero playroom. That's how a case should fit. And it's got a little pocket here. I keep all my receipts. So that's my receipt for buying the guitar, and I don't want to look at all the. I don't want to know. I do know that this guitar has went up. It's almost $1,200 now for this guitar. I don't know if you guys have been paying it. Of course, I pay attention. I'm always looking for another guitar to review. So when I'm looking at things, I look at what I paid for things. Even during the 3 years this channel's been up, most of the guitars like this one, when I bought it, it was $999. It is now $1,200 for this guitar. That in 2 years, it's went up $200. Fender, I think I've said it before, Fender has been the most aggressive on raising their prices. Why? I really don't know why. But across the board, Fender has just, they're just keep raising their prices. I know everyone's raised their prices, but Fender has done it more consistently. And it's been little baby steps. It's only been, maybe 7 months since we reviewed the Fender Standard Strat. When I reviewed that guitar, it was $599. Now they're $679. They've went up $80 in less than a year. That's a guitar they needed to hold the $599 price point. They needed to hold that price point. They've already made it. Well, we were just looking at it. I was looking at a Fender Standard Telly for $679, or I could get the Player 2 for $825. The Player 2 is supposed to be the better guitar. Comes with better pickups, supposed to have better fretwork. I'm not going to lie to you, I played both. The two that I played, I think the Standard played better and had a better feel and better fretwork. But the Player 2 sounded just a little better. And when I say just a little, it could be one of those things, if you hand someone a guitar and it's got their favorite pickups in it, they just immediately go, yeah, I like that. Since you know it's a better guitar, there's the possibility of that, your brain just going, yeah, that sounds better. If I had to pick, I would definitely buy, between those two, I would have bought the Standard. And I'm still thinking about it. That's the white Standard, it's like Olympic white. That's a nice guitar. So I might, but see, guys, you're like, well, you got a Telly on layaway. That's not a Telecaster. The one I have on layaway, that's a Super Telly. Everyone knows I've been wanting a real Super Telly, something with like a Floyd Rose or a Kahler. Will the Sire T7 be that? Probably not, because it doesn't have a locking nut up at the top. But it does have a 2-point tremolo. So, and it's cool. It's got a cool paint job. So if I get that guitar and I just have to have a locking tremolo, I kind of know somebody that could route it and make it work. Or I might put a Kahler on it. I could stick a Kahler 2300 on it. Do something like that. It could be something kind of cool to kind of do something different. But the Standard, that's a standard Telecaster. So I don't know. I was thinking about it today while I was at work. I want just a regular, I guess you'd call it a chicken picking Telly. But I'll be honest with you, I was playing that thing with some high gain, and that guitar was mean sounding. But I want to qualify. I played a Fender, what was that? It was a something mod, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like American Mod or something.
Yeah, it's not an American made product. I think it's made in Mexico. It's called the Mod series. That one had a single coil with the ashtray bridge and a humbucker up in the neck. That guitar played stupid nice, and it sounded even dumber. That guitar sounded better and played better than the Fender American. 100%. The Fender American was like $2,300, and this one was like $1,100. If you're a Fender fan guy, you might think that you're getting the better instrument, getting the American, but between the two that I played, that Mexican mod Telly, that thing was awesome. The only reason I didn't get it, it's got the humbucker.
Was that the Hot Shot?
No, I did. I played the Hot Shot. See, the Hot Shot's cool too, because it's like a Nashville Telly with hot rodded, high output, noiseless Fender pickups. That thing's a nice guitar. And they had a green one with the tortoiseshell pickguard last month. I fell in love with that guitar. But it was like $1,600, and that was on sale. I think that guitar is like normally $1,800. I liked that guitar. It was 3 single coils, just like my Nashville Strat. And that's why I didn't put it on layaway. I couldn't see, if anyone doesn't know, I have a Squire Nashville Strat. And I know what you're going, oh, it's a Squire. It's not anywhere near a Fender. I got a nice Squire. That Nashville Strat kicks butt. It plays nice. It's got good action. It's got good fretwork. And believe it or not, the pickups are okay.
Wicked Fester said Fender Player 2 modified.
Is that what it is? Fender Player 2 modified? It's like $1,100 for it. I should go to Sweetwater and find it. That guitar played stupid nice. And the sound, it's the Fender noiseless single coil. It was noiseless. What I find funny is they got the humbucker up at the neck, and it's got a push-pull on the tone. As soon as you split the humbucker to single coil, 60 cycle hum. I mean, I get it. But if they can make the single coil noiseless down an ashtray bridge, they should be able to put a humbucker in there where the one coil is noiseless, but when you push it in, it just becomes a regular humbucker. But when you pull it, it becomes a noiseless single coil. It was obviously not set up that way. I'm not a pickup builder. Maybe they can't because it's a stacked single coil, or it's a dead coil. A lot of companies will do what's called a dead coil. It's just a dead coil. They could be doing something like that to make the one pickup noiseless. I don't know. But when you split it, there was a little bit of noise. Let me go to Sweetwater. I want to see if I can find this thing. Player 2 mod. Fender Player 2 mod Telly. This one had a humbucker in the bridge. Oh, I think it's that one. Yeah, modified. Oh, here it is. And it's a little cheaper, honey. But the problem, see here, guys, but before I go any further, okay, it's a little cheaper here. But I don't know the guitar. I haven't played the guitar. Are they all going to be the same? I think we already know. If you watch this channel, you know 2 guitars will be completely different. You could get a good one, you could get a POS, or you could get an average one. But here's the guitar that I played. This thing is stupid. It's a wonderful playing guitar. There was something about it. Now, if you're not into Tellys, I get it. I wasn't into Tellys for a long time either. But if you pick up a Telly and it's a good Telly, I don't care what kind of music you play, you're gonna like it. And I say that you're like, well, I hate tellies. You're gonna pick one up one day and you're gonna like, oh, this is a kick butt telly. A Telecaster is a rockin' machine. They really are. It took me. I wish I would have figured this out a long time ago. It took me a long time to figure that out. That the Telecaster was just a rocking guitar. It is a utilitarian monster. That's how you should look at it. It's a flat cut slab with pickups, tuners, and a neck. That's what it is. And you can see right here where it says noiseless on the single coil. I'm talking myself into it. It's a nice guitar. Now, Linnell doesn't like the tortoise pick shell. She doesn't like that red tortoise pick guard. She's not a fan of it.
Is it wide range?
Wide range. Yeah, I mean, you can get some chicken picking done on this thing, but I'm telling you, I was playing it on a high gain settings, and this thing was stupid sounding.
So if you were going to buy this online, would you choose the lightest or the heaviest?
You know, I would probably go with the lightest. And I know, but look, guys, between these, it goes 8 pound 8 ounces to 8 pound 1 ounce. Well, no, 8 pound 12. I mean, 8 pounds, that's a nice weight. You know, you got to think this is a non-chambered guitar, full body, no cutaways, no arm carve. So it's a full. They're not reducing the weight anywhere. You know, with a belly carve or an arm carve, you know, you shave a little weight off when you do an arm carve and a belly carve and all that stuff. See the back? I mean, there's not even a carve in here where your hand goes. No belly carve. It's just a slab. So there's absolutely no weight reduction. I would probably, if it was me, I'd get this one. I mean, this color, you know, it's not like it's a wood grain. So you're not going to go, oh man, I really like the wood grain, but oh, it's 9 pounds, 2 ounces, but look at the grain. This is a painted body. So it's not like you're going to be looking at the prettiest grain, if that makes sense. They do have it in a couple other colors. They got it in yellow. I thought I saw it in some other colors. Yeah. So they got the, well, that's a double humbucker. So they must be sold out of all the other ones. And this is the other one that I played. This one right here. This guitar, this is the exact guitar I played. Player 2. I played this against the standard Telecaster. And the standard Telecaster played better. And I'll be honest with you, again, I think they sounded pretty much congruent. And this is the one that I really wanted. They had this guitar about a month ago, 2 months ago. And I was looking at it. There's just something about that green. If you don't like green, I get it. But there's this green in person. It's a pretty guitar. And this pick guard has like a yellow cream tint to it. And it's really not showing up in the photos. But it's got a little creaminess to it. It's not white. But I love that color. I would sport that all day long. But I played the white standard. That was the one that I love my cameras. That was the one that I played. The best bang for the buck, without a doubt, was the white standard. I think that guitar played as good as the modified. I will. Okay, now you guys just said the modified played the best. A little better. a little silkier feeling on the frets. Where the modified shined was the fretwork. Okay, the fretwork was just really, really good on the fretwork. I don't mind paying a couple $100 more for a guitar that has nice end dressings. So I could feel the difference when I was holding the guitar between the end dressings of the fret, between the standard and the modified. That's what's funny. The Player 2 Telly wasn't near as good as the standard Telly, running your hand back and down the neck. The standard just felt better. Maybe it was a Friday, the day that Player 2 was made, and maybe the guy that made that standard was bucking for a promotion. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there that, yeah, the standard was nice. But man, that modified was so nice. So if you, yeah, I might just do the standard. I don't really need the modified because it's got a humbucker and I already have a Telly with a humbucker. So when my sire comes in, if I like it, they're guitars, guys. Sometimes we buy them. You go through the honeymoon period and it's great, and then if I find I really like the sire, I will probably let my FMT go. I don't really need two humbucker Telecasters. That's my thought right now. I don't know what you guys think. I've got a pretty nice FMT Telecaster. It's got a really pretty grain on it, and mine is on the lighter side. So I say that I'll sell it, but I don't know. It's hard when you get a guitar that FMT plays nice, and that's the issue. We buy guitars, and you go through them. Okay, the ones that stay here, I bond to, or I don't have anything else like it. I don't have a Les Paul now. I sold my Les Paul, so my FMT is my Les Paul. So I can't get rid of that because I don't have a Les Paul guitar, something that'll give me that sound. My Fender FMT fills that hole. So once I get the sire, might be able to let that one go. And I want to experience a lot of different guitars, if that makes sense. And I'm really, since I started YouTube, there's guitars now I play that if you would have asked me 5 years ago, I would never play that. I go, no, why would I want to play that? That would have been my answer. Why do I want to play that? I can't play, docking on that. But now I pick up something like that and something else happens. I end up playing a completely different style. It moves me to play differently. And I'm really, okay, if the young people watching, you can say, well, you're getting old. Of course, you're going to play dad music, whatever you want to call it. But I'm really liking playing a little bit of everything now. I think I've mentioned it. I would really like, if someone's good at chicken picking, I would love for you to get on Discord and give me some basic chicken picking lessons. I need the basics. When I say, if there's a chicken picker in the audience, I need some basic chicken picking lessons. What would be the first thing you would learn if you wanted to learn how to chicken pick? And when I say basic, what would be the first thing you would learn? Would it be finger picking? What song would be a good song to learn, to practice, to move into that style of playing? That's what I need. I need a mentor, someone that'll step up and see if I can get my little fingers to learn that. I want to learn that. I listen to these guys. Of course, these guys are awesome players, the guys I'm watching. It would take me a long time to ever get to that point. But to be able to play that style of music the way they do it, it's phenomenal. I love that stuff. Looking at a standard versus a Player 2. fret tangs go to the end. Standard has inserts with clipped fret tangs. Yeah, Wicked Fester, I played both at the guitar store this weekend. And I spoke to them about it. The 2026 models of the Standards have improvements. So I think Fender screwed the pooch on their first production run on the Standard models. They have definitely done something with the pickups. The new Standard pickups in that Telly sound way better than the pickups they were using in the 2025s. I don't know what they've done, but they have definitely really helped the pickups. The pickups in the Telly were not noisy at all, even on high gain. I was highly impressed with the pickups in that Standard. When I say that, the Player 2 was exactly the same. I was impressed with those pickups too. Did I hear $150 difference? No, absolutely. The Standard. Now, granted, every guitar is different. I think I've already said this. If I think everyone in the audience tonight, if I handed you those two guitars blindfolded, I'm pretty sure everyone in the audience would pick the white Standard. Now, I would blindfold you. I'm not going to let you go, oh, this is the Player, because, oh, this is a better guitar. Blindfold you, hand you the guitar, and let you play it. That's the best way. And I try to do that when I sit down with a guitar. I try to close my eyes and just put the guitar in my lap and take my hand. Does it feel natural? I know the scale looks the same, but where it sits on your lap changes where the head with your fret position. So if I can close my eyes and I can play the guitar and it's semi-comfortable, I'm not missing it by a mile, you'll within 5 minutes you'll adjust to the guitar as long as it's not way crazy out. The Standard it was a nice guitar. I don't know, I might call him tomorrow. We just paid off Linnell's amp. So, you know me, I have to have a layaway making payments on something. So, I might do it. It is a Standard, like I said, it's got the lips. Let me see if I can find it. I keep talking about it. I'm going to go back to Sweetwater. Sorry, guys. Fender Standard Telly. Ah, look, it's cheaper at Sweetwater too. I just told you all it went up. Oh, Sweetwater. See, all right, this is what pisses me. I almost said a bad word, but I didn't. Look right here, $679. Now Sweetwater knows. Sweetwater knows that Fender's themselves, because this was $599. So what do? It was $679 when I come home. I looked. So they've already dropped the price $50 down to $629. So this is a guitar that I was looking at. It's a really pretty cream color, and this is a white pickguard. It is sharp. It's a sharp guitar. And notice right here, this is something they changed on the Standard. Do you see the separate piece of wood around the truss rod cover? The strap. Yeah. They've made a couple little changes. And it's a slab body too, just like the Player Modified.
Steve said have a peek at what he posted on Discord under guitar and music equipment.
Okay, let me go back to my regular window.
He posted a link.
Posted a link on Discord. Discord always wants to switch my camera. In guitar and music?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is like my dream guitar, guys. Just so you know. But I can't afford this guitar. But Steve's just rubbing it in. So here's my dream guitar. So someday I will have me a real Gibson Les Paul with P90s.
Didn't you say you'd rather have those 60s?
Yeah, I want the 60s. This is a 54. I just said Gibson. The 54, the necks are a little thick for me. But someday I'm going to have a Gibson Les Paul with P90s. It's like my dream guitar. I don't know what it is. Well, P90s rock. It's a freaking awesome pickup. This is just the classic guitar. You can't get any more classic than that. I don't know. I think the one that I want, it's just like this, but it has the ABR tailpiece. It's not a wraparound tailpiece. Now, for me, with a wraparound tailpiece and the thicker neck, this could be a great guitar for $4,700. For me, it's not for me. I'd want the 60s. Let's see if we can. Let's see, Gibson. And Epiphone was making a guitar that I wanted, but no, they're no longer making it now. They stopped it. 54. Well, they were making a 60s. This is a 50s. Oh my gosh, they got the 56, the 54. So they're not making the only thing they got now is the 50. So the only one they have now, guys, with the ABR bridge is the 56 with P90s. Unless you go, I'm sure, custom shop, but poof, can you imagine what the price of the custom shop would be?
Would the Egnator be alright for bedroom?
Yeah, the Egnator's a great bedroom amp. I love my Egnator. The one I have actually has a really good distortion circuit on it too. It's a nice amp. That Egnator will do a lot of 80s music and do it fine. It'll do some 90s stuff, you know. It's got a nice distortion circuit on it. What I like is the mic's in the way. Let me move the mic. You can see these little knobs right there. Those particular knobs make all the difference. So you have a separate reverb out per channel, and then you have a density and presence, and then a master volume for each channel. So once you get it all set up, you use those two knobs to get the two channels to where they're where they want it to be, and it comes with a foot switch. So it's a very, and the reverb in that amp. Go back, I think it was a little over a month ago. We did a live stream where I used the two microphones that you see right here, and we mic'd the amp up. It's a good sound. Now in that stream, I used a distortion pedal into the clean channel. I didn't use the high gain channel, but it's got a gain channel too.
Mark said 65 watt 112 for 250.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going for. This is the Renegade. I paid $350 for this one. And this one, other than like the front grille, has got a little wave to it. There's absolutely no tears or scratches or anything in the Torlex. It is mint. A lot of times the Egnator, the plastic part right, I'm so bad. The plastic part where it says Egnator right there, sometimes they break. I saw a bunch of them that had the lettering broken. This one's in great shape. When I buy something like that and I'm under the impression that I'm going to keep it, I'm willing to pay extra if it's like new. Because I know if I buy one and I save $100 and it's got a tear in the Torlex or the sides messed up or it's got a big stain on the grill, I know 6 months from now there's going to be one that pops up on Marketplace or Reverb. It may be $100 more, but it's mint. And I'll be like, ugh. You know, I like having nice things. You can't tell, but the cabinet right here, from there all the way up to there, that's all ripped to shreds. That's all been spray painted and sharpied on both sides. From going in and out of doors and bars, hitting it and, getting it strapped. We would run the ratchet straps around it. And of course, when you're pulling the ratchet strap, it just pulls the Torlex and it just rips the piss out of it.
How many watts is the Egnator?
I'm not too sure what that one is. It's got a switch where you can change the wattage. I don't know. I don't remember what that one is. It's more than you need to play anywhere. Trust me. If you need more, if you need it to be louder than that, you're going to be putting a mic in front of it anyway. It's stupid loud. I'm going to say it's at least 60 watts, I'm guessing. Because it's louder than my rack amp, and it's 50 watts. So it could be 80 watts. I don't know what that one is. But I know for a fact it's louder than my rack amp. That amplifier also has a extension cabinet out. So if I take that that Egnator, and I plug it into my Penta cabinet behind me, it really sounds good with the Celestion Pentas. The 4-speaker Celestion Penta cabinet, it sounds awesome in that cabinet. I didn't care for it too much with the V30s. I got a V30 cabinet over here. I thought it was a little dark sounding with the V30s. It sounds good with the Pentas, and it also sounds good with my Celestion greenbacks that I have in this cabinet. But the Pentas, in my opinion, sound the best with the cabinets that I have here. I think the Penta cabinet sounds the best. But it doesn't need it. That single 12, it sounds really nice. That's a nice sounding amp.
Jupe said Avery, just sell Linnell's Chapman and Crackle one may be enough to get the gold P90.
Jupe's trying to get me kicked out of the house and out in the doghouse in the backyard. It's like, there's no power out there. I won't be able to wake up in the morning for work. No alarm clock. I'll be bad shape. Yeah, I mean, I want a Les Paul with P90s. It is my dream guitar. But it comes down to, would that guitar, how much would I play it? I don't know. I know the 56 models, it's a thicker neck. So I was looking for, it's the Joe Bonamassa. Joe Bonamassa Epiphone. He had a signature. Yeah, see, now it doesn't come up. He had a signature Les Paul P90 Epiphone. Now it doesn't come up. So let's just type in Epiphone. And see what P90 version they have now. We're going to have to scroll through them all because I didn't put Epiphone Les Paul. I guess let's put Epiphone Les Paul.
The Egnator that Mark's looking at, he said he thinks it's the same amp. It looks a tiny bit smaller. Smaller.
This is a Renegade. That's the one that I have. You could be looking at the Tweaker. The Tweaker is a little bit smaller. This is a Renegade. If you can find one, it's called a Stage Master. That thing is stupid. I'm pretty sure it's a Stage Master. It's a 212. I really wanted to find one of those, but every time I found one in mint condition, they wanted stupid money for it. So I am looking for this. They had it, but I don't think they make it anymore. It was like a maroon body.
Wicked Fester said the Epiphone LPs can still cost a bit.
Yeah. See, they don't make it now. It must have been a really limited run of them.
And BTM said at 5,000, I'd be afraid too. LOL.
Yeah, I can't. That's me. I mean, my most expensive instrument is this one that I own. This guitar, and it only cost me $1,500 because I bought an Ibanez PWM 20, and I just wasn't happy with it. And I called Sweetwater, and I'm like, this thing's got a couple finish issues. You know, it's got a ding on the fret. The chrome covers are wacky. You know, we found a couple problems with it, and I said, you know, for $1,500, I'm not happy with this guitar. And my salesman said, well, you can return it. Well, we've got 2 other ones on the site. And I said, yeah, I looked at them, but they're not white. They're kind of off, and the grain's ugly. I said, I don't want either one of those. I'm no. I said, can I pick something else? And he said, yeah. So I was looking at a LTD, and I think a Jackson. And when he saw what I was looking at, he said, what about a Schecter Mach 6? And he sent me the link to it, and I'm like, well, that guitar is more money. And he said, well, I'll give it to you for the exact same price as the PWM for your trouble. So when he said that, I'm like, okay. It's a neck-through body. You know, Grover tuners on it. Got a 1500 stainless steel bridge. Got a Sustainiac. I'm like, okay, come on. For the exact same price as the PWM, sold. So I got fortunate. This guitar cost me $1,400, or well, $1,499. So, yeah. I just like goofing off with it. My battery's dead, or I would really do some goofing off. The thing with this guitar, the harmonics are just, it's effortless. And playing it is effortless.
Jupe gave a super chat. He said, Avery,
ooh, thank you, Jupe.
A little dent here to save for your P90 LP. Hey, you got to start somewhere.
Well, first thing, Jupe, I need a camera. We're on the backup camera again tonight. My cameras are shot. I'm not saying, right there's proof. The Mevos, we've been streaming a little over a year now, and it's a 3 Mevo set, and I've never been able to get all 3 to work. First problem, I can only get 2 to work, 2 simultaneously. The only way to get all 3 cameras to work is to use the app. And when I use the app into OBS, it lags out, and it's horrible. We did a review on a guitar. Birdman asked for an overhead, and we did one time with 3 Mevos through the app. It was horrible.
Blue Matrix said that guitar color is cool.
Yeah, this is stupid. So what we're going to do first, Jupe, is I got to save some money. We did pretty good on Super Chats on the last stream. So I think I'm going to pick up the giveaway guitar next month. I still got Brian's guitar in the basement. It is just, I have been beyond swamped. And Brian, if you were here earlier, I'm so sorry, man. I am behind on getting him his guitar. He's gonna smack me and beat me upside the head with the frying pan Cheryl and Linnell is probably going to ship the frying pan to Brian's house to beat me with it. So I got to get that one done. Things are really starting to stack up on me here. I've been very busy. So there's a lot going on. I just need to buckle down, and the work has just been crazy, but I like getting on and doing the streams. And that's why we started doing the live reviews, because it's easier for me to do the review without all the editing. This is the best playing guitar I own, and I got a good deal on it. I think this guitar is like $1,700 now. It's went up again.
Show Devastator's tuners before you end the stream.
Ooh, I have some tuners for Devastator. Where are Devastator's tuners? Ah. So these showed up today. So these are mother and pearl sides. And that goes on as Iceman. So this is mother of pearl. Grover's. So that's going to go on Devastator's Iceman. But we don't have the pickups for it. He's having custom wound pickups made. So that guitar is just going to kind of chill out until the pickups get here. But Brian's guitar is pretty much done. I think we got the tuners on it. I've got it rewired, fixed all that. I cleaned all the frets on it. It's pretty much done. We might, this coming Saturday, we might do the last play on that and get that one shipped out to Brian.
Brian said no worries at all, and Devastator said no rush on the Iceman.
Well, I got to get Jupe's guitar to him. He's going to rent the trailer for Behind the Motorcycle box and come down here and beat me with a frying pan if I don't get his guitar back to him soon. Well, he's like, oh, trailer, I'm going to ride my own bike down.
Jupe just commented, he said, Avery, not rushing you by any means, but have you gotten into my Schecter pickup issue? Just wondering.
I did get into it, and the pickup tests okay, according to the manufacturer. It's reading. So what I think we need to just do, eliminate everything and just do a basic pickup to 5-way switch right to jack. Okay. Cause we've got a dual system tone bleed on it. We have 2 different capacitors on it on a push pull. And then when you change the capacitor, it also changes the tone bleed circuit. So now granted, it's not running through all that at one time, but the guitar's got a lot of wild wiring going on. So let's go back, come right out of the 3-way, out of the 5-way switch to the tone, to volume and tone, and just use a single 0.033 capacitor to the jack and see if that resolves it. It could be the tone bleed. You know, granted, depending on which position, whether you're going through the 047, that tone bleed is made a little different than the tone bleed on the 0.033. So it's got 2 tone bleed circuits on it. But neither one of them are active together. So the one tone bleed is designed to work with the 0337, and the other one's designed to work with the 047. So I think if we just eliminate the tone bleed, put an 033 in it, I don't even know. It's up to you. You know, maybe just instead of, because we've already got the push pull in there, maybe just use the push pull to make the Jason Becker a single coil instead of using it to activate a separate tone bleed and separate cap. There's a couple different ways, but the pickup seems to be testing okay. So I think we just need to reduce the stuff in the circuit, if that makes sense. Yeah, I was going to work on that this weekend. I was going to rip it all out and just do a basic wire. My next thing I wanted to do was go pick up, literally, right to the volume, bypass the tone to the output jack, and just plug it in and see what it does, and see. Yeah, that way I don't have to unwire everything. I could just come right out of the volume instead of going over. I could cut the wire, use the jumper over to the jack, and see if we eliminate that whole tone bleed, tone pot, cap, eliminate all that, take it out of the circuit, and see how the guitar responds to it, if that makes sense. That was going to be what I was going to do next. Wow, I just happened to click on the thing, and it's like way behind on the lag. I'm looking at the chat. Yeah, BTM. We if you're saying nice, we did some pretty trick stuff. But whenever you're this is what I'm saying. Sometimes you can do a lot, and you don't like the result. That's just how it is. When I put the guitar together, if you go back and watch it, I said it just didn't feel like it had a lot of push. You know, I said that when I reviewed it. And then when Jupe got it, he was like, it needs more push. It's not pushing like it should. So sometimes, you know, we can add too much stuff. And a good point in that is, like when I'm programming my rack, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm going to add a delay. I'm going to add this. I'm going to add that. And by the time it runs through all this stuff, your guitar signal just doesn't, it sounds cool, but it loses it's like, it's not alive, if that makes sense. You've got a lot of effects and it sounds neat, but it no longer has that, I'm the guitar and I'm in the room right here with you. It starts sounding kind of distant and, I don't know, muffled? A distance probably the best way. It just, the guitar no longer feels like it's in the same room with you. And it loses its lively characteristic. And I think what's taking place in Jupe's guitar, we went so far with it, it's just too much stuff. So we need to simplify it. Make that signal path a little simpler, but let that pickup do what it was designed to do and just rock, you know, a straight signal path. Okay, guys, we're not going to stream too long tonight. I just wanted to get on because we said we were going to do a quick stream. So I like getting on. Like, that's the first time I've played all night.
You want to mention the picnic again? Apparently Jupe doesn't know about it.
Jupe, we may have a music and gear picnic. It would be in McLean, Virginia. We're waiting on to see how many people would actually drive up, depending. I know there's a lot of people in the metro area, DC, West Virginia, that listen to the show. But we also have a lot of people, Michigan, Florida, Nevada, even some people in Israel, and the land. That's why the joke with the Vegemite sandwich. We actually have some people in Australia that sit in the background and watch the show. One of my helicopter buddies watches. He doesn't post much, but he does watch the stream. He lives in Australia. So, of course, those people can't attend. You know, they're not going to do a 15-hour flight to come eat a cheeseburger and a hot dog. But if you guys are interested, we have sourced a place to do it. So I did reach out. I said something. Well, I didn't reach out. I said something to Brian over at Searching for Tone. If we didn't, you know, we don't have to do Virginia. We could do North Carolina. I'm willing to drive too.
Mark's in Texas.
Yeah, Texas. We're in all kinds of different areas. So we might do maybe a 2 or 3 channel, have a couple channels all get together and just have a big cookout. I haven't heard anything from Brian. Of course, I haven't checked my email. If not, even if 10 people, I'm up. If 10 people want to do it, I'm up for it.
Wicked Fester was in Front Royal last month.
Yeah, I know. Linnell told me you were in there. I don't know. Are you planning on coming back down this direction? That's the thing. It wouldn't be in Front Royal. It would be in McLean, Virginia. That's inside the Beltway in Washington D.C. Just so you guys know. So it would technically we would be about 6 miles outside of Washington D.C. You're probably not even out. You're probably 5 miles. Well, actually, you're closer now. It's probably 4 miles to the D.C. line because you're right off of 123 going over the Potomac right there. So it's basically Washington, D.C. Just think about it, guys. I'll mention it in each stream for the next couple streams.
Devastator said, so bring our guns.
Well, you might want to, if they have, you got pepper spray. If you have liberal spray, you might want to bring that. Just saying. I don't know. I don't have an issue down there, and I know there's a lot of wacky people in D.C. In any big city like that, there's wacky people. This part of McLean is the high-end area, if that makes sense. The Capital One credit building that they just spent like $1 billion on is 2 blocks away. The metro runs right. The metro is like a block and a half away. And this is the overhead metro that they just finished. This particular complex is one of the older complexes in the area. It's probably the oldest thing in this whole area has been torn down and rebuilt, except this particular building. Everything else is brand new within the last 5 or 6 years. So it's a nice area. So I don't think we would have any problems with, you're watching news feed on DC and you don't have to worry about the roads being spray painted saying something matters, if that makes sense. It's not like that. McLean is it's an extremely expensive area to live. So that kind of roots out the riffraff, if that makes sense. It would be a nice place. And the advantage to it is where the apartment complex is, across the street there's a big parking lot for the grocery store. So there would be, if a lot of people show up, there's a ton of parking. What do you say? That's about 1,000 foot away? It's 1 block. Yeah, hon?
Probably.
Yeah, it's about a block. About 1,000 foot. Maybe less than 1,000 foot. There's a huge parking area. So parking wouldn't be a problem. And if you brought some rig and your gear and your acoustic and stuff like that, you could definitely pull up, unload whatever you had, and then go over and park some. But there's a parking area too. But there's only so many visitor spots in the area.
Jupe said he would love to meet y'all, but I couldn't take my mom on a trip like that. I'm taking care of her full time with no one else to be willing to take on that task.
Yeah. Jupe, I know 100%. If you go back and watch the Firefly Mad Cat review, that review, my mother passed away. She was in the hospital when I was finishing editing that review. I started that review before she fell. Long story short, she fell in the house, and we wanted to make sure she was okay. So we took her to the ER to make sure she didn't break any bones, and she checked out fine. She gets in the truck. We come home. She gets out of the truck from the emergency room. And I told her, I said, stay in the truck. I need to go up and open up the front door. And when I turned around, all I heard was her holler. She had gotten out of the truck and fell 2 steps out of the truck and broke her hip. She never come home after that. So when you get old like that, a broken hip can take you out. She had surgery. She was doing well. Doctor said she was doing good. The very next day, she just... So 4 days later, she was gone. But most of my reviews, my mother was living here with us, and you can ask Linnell, it was a handful. She had Alzheimer's and dementia. What sucks is she fell in the house. We just took her to the emergency room, and she fell out of the darn truck getting in the house, coming from the ER. So, one of those things, guys. But yeah, I get it, Jupe. Family first, man. 100%. Just like you guys. You know, I come in here and I talk with you guys, and the community that we've gotten here and the straightforwardness that this channel has created, it makes me feel good. I know that I can be me when I do the reviews, and I can do honest reviews. And you guys know it's a no BS channel, if that makes sense. I'm not here for you guys to go out and buy a bunch of budget guitars that I can make $15 a guitar on. That's not what the channel's about. The channel's about community and honesty. And I think we've achieved that. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream. I do have to work tomorrow. It's Vox, you're right, it's not, but it's hard. It's hard, Vox. Especially under that circumstance, it's hard. So, I want to thank everyone that gave a super chat. You guys are like family to me. I love it when you guys come in. I know each and every one of you with that comment. I know there's a lot more people that are watching, and hopefully it's people that watch. Pentagore, if you're watching, I love you, man. Trust me. You know, Pentagore herself knows. It's when we lose a loved one, it's hard. And I don't think that feeling ever needs to go away. That just means love. That feeling of missing someone and all that, it means you loved them. So, people go, oh, it'll get better. Do you want it to get better? Stop and think about it. That just means you love the person. And you should always miss them. All right, guys, before I totally lose it, we're going to end the stream. And hopefully everyone comes Thursday night. Man, we have something that's going to knock it out of the park Thursday night. And I want everyone to come and watch this review. It's going to be an awesome review. Something that I want to thank Devastator for sending us for review. Without you guys, the stream wouldn't be possible. The best members and subscribers that YouTube have is right here. You guys really make it worth the while. So many of you all have sent guitars to me to fix or review or look at or, a fix. I can't, it's awesome. But we have, our moderator has sent us a really nice guitar for us to review on Thursday night. So hopefully everyone will come in Thursday night, check out this review. It's going to be well worth it. And of course, it's going to be a 2.5 hour review. It's not going to be plug it in and jam and say it's great. We're going to tear the guitar apart, and we're going to look at every aspect of this guitar. All right, guys, we're going to do our 5-minute ending window. And again, I want to thank everyone for coming and hanging out with us. It means the absolute world to me. I have not written a Monday night ending window yet. So we're just going to use what are we going to use tonight? Let's use the Saturday night ending window, since I haven't made a Monday night one yet. Thanks, guys. See you on Thursday.